That's it for us today. We'll see you next week. But we leave you with a look at the people around the world who aren't able to weather the crisis at home with their loved ones. They're the healthcare workers and first responders who continue to report for duty to protect us. These are the troops on the front lines of this new world war. The nurses, emergency responders, doctors, scientists, and hospital staff defending us all against an advancing and invisible enemy. In New York, Governor Cuomo's call for reinforcements was met by a surge of volunteers. 40,000 retired healthcare professionals and newly graduated students stepped up to serve in the besieged and makeshift hospitals at the new epicenter of this global outbreak. Another 6,000 mental health professionals offered help to those in distress. In Seattle, New York, and soon to be hotspots across this country, we've seen these acts of community and courage. Hospitals cannot provide the body armor needed, the masks, goggles, and protective gear to help the healers avoid becoming patients themselves. In scenes reminiscent of the World War II home front, many quarantined Americans put their sewing machines to good use, crafting makeshift versions of face masks. Gestures of gratitude from a public told that the most useful thing they can do is to simply stay home. In Italy and Spain, where the pandemic arrived earlier, the virus has claimed a disproportionate share of healthcare workers' lives. As one New York surgeon wrote to his colleagues this week, the enemy is inside the wire, except that there is no place to hide. They survive because we don't give up. In recognition of that sacrifice, millions of people in cities across the world took to their balconies and doorsteps to applaud from afar their nation's caregivers. The very first warning of this mysterious virus came from a physician, Li Wenliang. His urgent message was deemed illegal activity by Chinese authorities. That selfless, defiant act, a reminder that medicine is not a job, it is a calling. In this country, we're accustomed to thinking of heroes dressed in military uniforms, not medical scrubs. But a virus cannot be stopped by borders or bullets. And that has reminded us all that we are united by our vulnerability to this microscopic but deadly enemy. It will take a particular type of valor to defeat it, one rooted in protecting the very first of those inalienable rights that Thomas Jefferson once wrote of, life itself. And on behalf of a grateful nation, we thank them all for their service.